What's up, guys? We are back with the RCP Writers Room for the DCEU Part 3. So, we are here to pick up with 4 movies today. Aquaman 2. Oh, I forgot what 4 already. Oh boy. Titans. A Superman 4, a good one. And Batman 4, also a good one. Because the last the last Batman, I'm not gonna go there. But as always, I have the one, the only, the Dragon, Dave Lees. How we doing, buddy?
Oh, we're doing real good. Ready to burn right through this writer's room, you know?
Burn through it, not burn it down. That's the. Let's not do that because this is a rental. Let's not do that. So if we can keep this kind of if we can keep it the way we left it, we're good. So
I will singe. I will just singe.
How about you keep that fire breath to a minimum, and if you have to, point it out the window. That way you don't have to worry about anything else. Ah, boy.
Fine.
Okay, cool. So, Aquaman 2, Battle for the Throne. That is a lot better title than what I thought. Where were we going with this? Because I know you said something about, like, it's more of him trying to be a king. Like, we showed the warrior side. This is more the character development of the king half of this. Because he is of the two worlds, and he's trying to, be an ambassador or the whatever for Atlantis, which a lot of people thinks doesn't exist. So walk me through this process you got here, or walk me through this idea.
So you'll have to help me out a little bit. But one of my favorite Aquaman arcs is the one where San Diego gets sunk underwater, and he now has to start dealing with all kinds of new people and really showing off his kingliness. What was that storyline called again?
Is it the current one?
No.
Okay, because I was about to say I was like, isn't it Sunken World, Sunken Planet, something sunken, something Dark Side? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Yeah.
Okay. Either way, that's not important because we're not talking about that. We're talking about Battle for the Throne.
Right.
So I really want to show off his kingliness here because, for all intents and purposes and stuff, for a long time, Orm was king. And things were pretty good before, he tried to start that whole war with the surface world and all that stuff.
Jerk.
So there's probably some people, I know, right? What did the surface world ever do to him?
What a sea dick.
And stuff. God. Okay, so if you get, so there's probably a good chunk of the Atlantean. And I guess actually he's king of all the other kingdoms now too. So there's probably a good chunk of those people who were like, you know what? Orm did nothing wrong. He had some great ideas, and I don't like this new Aquaman man showing up and just telling me how to live my life.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that last part for the listeners at home, please? Because I don't think they heard over my dying of laughter.
Well, there's probably some people who are like, Orm did nothing wrong. And I don't like this Aquaman man. Oh, that's what was so funny. Guy coming down here and telling me what to do.
Okay, at least you got it. You're like, this Aquaman man. Okay, that's what. Okay.
Well, originally I was going to call him a fish man, but I was like, you know what? That is really insensitive to the fishermen people, as shown in the Aquaman movies.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
Okay. So anyway, there's probably going to be a sect of people led by maybe some of his top generals have gone and recruited Black Manta. I'm not going to sit here and claim to be the greatest, have the most knowledge about Aquaman's extensive rogues gallery. So or maybe, you know what? Would you be fine with what was Mira's dad if he maybe like had come around and been like, you know what, fuck this Aquaman guy. Let's go break Orm out of prison and stuff, and make Dolph Lundgren kind of like our main villain for this one.
No problem. No arguments here. This is your boat, dude. That was not intentional. Shut up.
It's a boat. So we make him more the main villain, and maybe he starts gathering his forces to really take on Aquaman, Arthur Curry, who is trying to lead a kingdom that he does not understand. And he never wanted to be king. He never thought that this was his path. But he's growing into it with the help of Volko and Mira. Maybe are they married by this point? Do you think?
I mean, we did say at the end that the octopus drummer was DJing their whole wedding ceremony, so that's kind of how that ended. So I'd say yeah. Perfect.
Also, very important plot point: the octopus drummer has recruited a seahorse bass player in this sequel. So
yes, very important. We will form the Sea and Enemy Band. I couldn't think of a better name.
I'm not letting that one go. That's the best part of that movie. Is the octopus drummer.
Fair enough.
Want to spin off Aquaman, octopus drummer movie? Okay, so there. We also so he's trying to grow. He's trying to grow into it. Maybe we see some of those like those scenes that you see in so many movies and TV shows where like a king has to see some people and hear about their grievances, and it's like, oh man, the bunch of sharks are coming to keep coming and eating my babies, or something like that. And Aquaman's like, oh man, I gotta go deal with those sharks. Can't have them eating the babies.
The sea dingoes are eating my baby. Sorry, I'm not gonna hear the end of that.
No. So you get to see him really growing and learning how to be a ruler, but it's something that like he's not the best at it. He makes mistakes. He does things very untraditionally because he didn't grow up in Atlantis, and for so much of his life he was kind of anti-Atlantis because of what he believed they had done to his mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, that's why Dolph Lundgren's character will probably come in and start forming a small rebel group. I don't have a name for that group as of yet.
I'll think of one.
But I was thinking it could be the Wet People, maybe the Wet Bandits.
No. You have a better chance of calling them a man bear pig at this point.
So the entire time we'll see Dolph Lundgren's forces trying to force Aquaman out of the kingdom through like rebel strikes and stuff, and he has to go fight different people. But along the way, since we are still building to Titans, we wanted to introduce Tempest.
Right. Now,
but we realized something. Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say, just put an asterisk on this. I know Tempest is usually what was formerly Aqualad, whatever Garth's last name. I'll ask whatever his last name was. I know that's usually what it would be, but we're just going to go with Tula at this point for Tempest, because Tula as Tempest makes a little bit more sense instead of calling her Aqua Girl, which is a little bit insensitive. So yeah, carry on.
We also really, when we were building Titans, realized that we had
Sausage
set up
Party,
Kid Flash, and Arsenal. Sausage Party, yeah. So
no, you didn't say it right.
More representation on there.
Yeah, you didn't say it right. It's not Sausage Party. It's Sausage Party. So that's the way you have to say it. You have to. That's a rule now. You have to say it that way.
All All right, so to counter out the sausage party,
There you go.
we're gonna introduce Tula. I haven't really thought of a great way that she can be connected to Aquaman yet. Do you have
Okay. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
any
Sorry.
ideas on that front?
Actually, I did. The same way that she was related to Aquaman in Young Justice. Mira was teaching her, and we will still have Garth, not Garth. Calder in the background for a later use. So he's there later for later use. She's teaching both Calder and Tempest magical sea arts. I have no idea what it's called.
Waterbending.
No, that is, we will never, well, the cartoon we will talk about, the movie we will never talk about, but we will, we will not call it that. But yeah, she was teaching him the mystic arts for the Atlantean mystic arts is what we're going to call it, because that's a lot easier to say than waterbending, which is not going to have any kind of repercussions or backlash whatsoever. So, that's how that would be connected, if that makes any sense.
Okay. All right, yeah, that's good, because then I want to keep Mira as as a really strong foil to Aquaman and someone who's going to be there a lot in the movie.
Basically, want to keep her as badass as possible. Got it.
Yeah. But then because Dolph Lundgren, I forget his character's name.
Don't worry, we all do.
Drago, as I'm going to call him.
The Drago of the Sea. I'll look it up. Hang on. Keep talking.
Yeah. Anyway, because Fish Drago is her father, there may be some like some like, I don't know if I can take sides in this war, and maybe since they already were married, we can hint that maybe she's pregnant, so her and Volko have to like leave for her safety or what have you, and that leaves. But she's like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave someone fantastic to protect you. This is Tula."
That works. Okay.
She's my best student. Yeah, she's my best student.
Okay, so Dolph Lundgren's character is King Nereus. 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 I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's how I'm pronouncing it. So there you go.
All right, so Fish Drago.
How did I know that was going to be the first thing out your mouth?
You know. Anyway. So what I really also wanted to do with the Tula character, something I was thinking, was if you look at Arsenal, Kid Flash, Nightwing, the other sidekicks who we've introduced thus far, they've been really cohesive and really of a piece with their hero and stuff, where like Wally and Barry were best friends from beforehand. We already meet Oliver and Roy, and they're good. Nightwing and Batman, they're good. So I wanted, like, because Aquaman in this case is a little more like he doesn't understand or respect tradition. I want Tula to be like a very traditional, like very Atlantean culture. This is the way of the old people, and a lot more zen than someone like our Ryan Gosling Aquaman would be.
Okay, that makes sense. I keep forgetting he is actually our Aquaman. I keep forgetting that.
We needed Jason Momoa for Lobo.
Yeah, right. The one shot we couldn't possibly double cast him. No, he's Lobo. So,
well, to be fair, I'm willing to go back on that because Lobo's going to be a lot of makeup.
Yeah, so. That's true. Or a lot of CGI, either way.
Yeah.
Just can't have Lobo and Aquaman in the same movie, that's all.
Yeah. So I want this movie to really focus on as Aquaman's like dealing with riots instigated by Fish Drago, and stuff, and like people demanding that Orm be released, like he'll go in there and be like, I'm gonna break these motherfuckers up. I'm gonna do this by force. And she's like, this is not how we do things. Like, this is why they're revolting. Try and see it this way. So she can teach him more about the Atlantean tradition, and that's also us as a viewer. We're learning a lot more about that world, because in the first Aquaman, we got a sense of the world, but we didn't get a sense of the culture, if that makes sense.
We got a sense of how their music is made, but we have not seen them as a people yet. Got it. Very important plot point.
Yeah. Exactly. I
drives the
also
movie.
I want, as a show of like force and to show like how badass Fish Drago will be, I want him to kill Mary Poppins, the Karathan. There we go.
Oh, dear.
I want him to like.
I thought you were going to say.
I want him to like. Sorry?
I thought you were going to say Calder. I'm like, no, we need him for later. Shut up.
No, but also, like, I think we need to take out Fishy Poppins as well.
Yeah.
In order to kind of make it, because we could have it where the first riot and stuff, Aquaman can't break it up, and then he's like, Karathan and stuff, because they're homies now with the Trident and everything.
Yeah. I was about to ask, did that actually happen, or did he just kind of... Yeah, I was about to say, did he actually go through that adventure? Because I don't think we really covered it, but yeah, I guess he did. Okay. That's how he got to be King of Atlantis in the first place. Okay.
Yeah. I assumed it was pretty similar beats, because we didn't spend a lot of time on the first Aquaman movie.
Yeah, I realize that.
And to be fair, if we had, we may not have Fish Drago anymore, so...
We got to come up with a better name for that.
And then this bit that I'm gonna drag and beat into the ground wouldn't exist. So, anyway,
if it dies, it dies.
If it drowns, it drowns.
Yes, he's gonna have to say that at least once in the movie. It's like, that's my dad. He can't breathe underwater. If he drowns, he drowns.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So he's gonna kill the Karathan through some means or another, and that's gonna like force Aquaman to, Aquaman Man to make some kind of big stance, and like, that was it. That was my homie. I'm going to take...
Wait. Instead of Fishy Poppins, what about we have him kill his mom? Just to kind of like prove a point.
Yeah.
I mean, because because I don't like using the Karathan too much. That's a lot of money on CGI for my budget of $0 billion.
That's why we're killing it.
I know, but why kill it if just not have it used at all? Why would we need to? You know, because it's like, why use it for one move, for one scene, and then just not have it used at all? You know, it would waste time. So
okay. So we're gonna kill. That's actually a lot better. So maybe, Fishy Drago kills.
Sorry,
Okay.
So Fishy Drago, as we keep calling him now, he is going to swim up to the lighthouse, pop up out of the water onto the dock, and be like, "I'm here." Her name is Atlanta. A-T-L-A. Yeah, Atlanta. L-A-T-L... A-T-L-A-N-N-A. There. I have no idea how the hell it's pronounced. I'm not that good at reading English. It's not my first language.
I'm pretty sure it's Atlanta.
That makes no sense, because what about Georgia? I'm sorry.
Those are U.S. states.
No, that's a city in a U.S. state. That's what that is.
I don't know. I'm Canadian. I don't know where places are.
I'm not going to go there. Anyway, so he pops up. He's like, I'm here to prove a point to your son. And that is, his rule means nothing. He kills his mom, and then as he has a bubble of water around his head, that's when Aquaman pops up like, "What are you doing?" "If he drowns, he drowns." "Oh, you bastard." And then fight ensues.
Ah. Okay, perfect. So, I think a great place to end this movie would be Fishy Drago and his army storming the like Atlantean throne room and stuff, taking control, and then you think Fishy Drago, he's like, you think he's just power hungry, but then he's like, go get the true king from the dungeons and stuff.
Mm.
And they bring Orm out, and he's like, "I'm all good, man. It's all you. It's all you." And then the next movie, and that starts with, assemble our forces. We're marching on the surface
again
world immediately.
Or we can have this start out like the New 52, where in the New 52, Aquaman and Mira, or is it Mira or Mara? Mira, whatever her name is. Amber Heard.
Mira.
Mira, whatever. They're living on the coastline. They're living at the lighthouse. They're like, fine, you don't want us here? We don't want to be here. I didn't want to be here in the first place. I'm done. Then what happens? The trench comes up and just starts killing motherfuckers throughout the entirety of Atlantis. And then they start making their way north. Or, not northeast or whatever the fuck. Whichever direction the coastline is from Atlantis. I don't fucking know. We'll say it's east. Then they start making their way east. And they get up on the coastline and start ripping into fools. And Aquaman's like, what the? I left for 2 days! It's like, it's been 2 months. Still! It's not bad. It's not any better! I thought Orm had it, man. Like, what is this? Because remember, in the first Aquaman movie, he commanded the trench. Without him to keep them in line, they're hungry.
Okay.
Because I was reading this a little bit earlier. Their whole thing is they're looking for food. So it's like, because remember the boat they were on before? In the first Aquaman movie? Yeah, the one that happened? Yeah. In that, in the New 52, that boat is where the trench first come up, and they get a taste for human flesh. And they're like, food? Food. My food. I'm like, oh shit. And it's not verbal, it's mental. So they have a hive mind, if you will, with each other that no one else can understand except for Aquaman. So in the third movie, they're going to realize that they need Aquaman to keep things like this at bay. Because normal Atlanteans can't communicate with sea life like he can. You know what I mean? That's something that he can, well, not communicate like that, but it's...
Yeah.
You know, it would make sense. And that's why he is the true king.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. And then Fish Drago will be like... His last words is he's getting devoured in the third movie by the Drench. Be like, I think I made a mistake. It's like, I made a mistake. It's like, you're not the true king. You know. What were his last words? Something
that would be great, because what you could do...
Go ahead.
You could have, like... After all that happens, you could have Orm, like, swim up to Arthur and be like, no, you need to be king. And, like, hand him the trident in, like, a submissive way. No,
not even hand him the trident. I would like to see him come, like... Not even jump up to the shore, the dock where the lighthouse is, because he knows where the lighthouse is. He swims up. He's like he's like crawling on shore. He's like almost about on the verge of death. He's like, "Where's Aqua?" And just, pfft. And before he passes out, he goes, "Man," and done. So,
okay, but. So back to the second movie, which we're doing.
Yeah. So
we end with like all that. We end with like Mira, Tula, Aquaman getting forced out of the capital and stuff, and then we get all the trench shit, right?
Right. So it's basically they're being forced out. They're like, you know what? I didn't want to be here to begin with. Fine, we're gone. It's like, I'm gone. And then Mira is like, if you're going, I'm going with you. And then Tempest is like, if you guys are going, I don't want to stay here. You still need to teach me things, because what is the surface world like? I was like, we can show you. It's like, cool. There you go. That's how we get too low on the surface. It's a simple conversation, but it's just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know?
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I think that's good on Aquaman.
One last thing, though. End credit scene. The whole other thing, like how they had the Black Manta thing, with the knife throwing and everything else. All you see is like the literal trench, and a trench in the ocean, and all you see is like a scaly, like almost standard sea monster-esque webbed hand claw its way up, and then you just see, as a jump scare, one of the friggin' trenches go like mouth agape, just going towards the camera.
Perfect.
Yes. That's it.
And since we're making it scarier, I think we can keep James Wan on as director.
Obviously. So.
All right.
That works for that. On to Titans.
I thought you wanted to do Superman 4 next.
It would have been... No, because I told you how Titans ended, which would lead into Superman 4.
Oh, I did that backwards. All right, never mind.
That's fine.
All right, this is your boat now.
All right, cool. Hey, no. When it comes to Aquaman stuff, it's your boat. When I'm doing this, it's my script. Or my concept. So, keep the shit puns only to Aquaman. Let's see here. Where am I at? That's Hush. As I'm turning pages, Battle for the Throne. Da-da-da-da. Oh yeah, this was going to be a... just for the people at home, we were tossing around ideas of like, do we want to do an Outsiders movie? An Outlaws movie? No. I was like, Teen Titans? No. Young Justice? No. Then I was like, wait a minute. We have an adult Wally West. We have a Nightwing. We have Tempest. We have a Kid Flash. Where does this sound familiar? Titans! The DC Rebirth Titans book. Hence why we got a Titans movie now. So, we can pay Batman a little less because he's not going to be in this movie as much. So, here's how this starts out. If you watch Young Justice, it's about the same thing. They're going to be inducted as full-fledged members of the League. Or so they think. So, here's how this works. They go to the Hall of Justice. It's Flash, Kid Flash, basically the three, whoever we've met so far. Aquaman, Mira, which makes no sense. Should be... No, Mira. It's Aquaman, Mira, and Tempest instead of just the two. Because it's all three of them in together. So he's showing them around, whatever. And they're all getting together. And then there's this... and then we have Booster Gold on screen, like on this giant screen, as they go in to be members of the League. It's like, oh yeah, so just to let you guys know, something crash landed on Earth. Here are the coordinates. I'm not sure if this means anything, but it's something. It's definitely something. And again, this is just Booster Gold, so they're like, all right, we'll look into it. And then there's like, oh, we have this other major thing going on, and it's like a parallel dimension has already opened up, and things are coming out. Batman's like, yeah, okay, everyone of importance, go ahead and meet us at those coordinates. Booster's like, can I go? He's like, anyone of importance. Oh, man. Stuck on monitor duty again. This is nuts. It's stupid. Poor Booster. Gets the shaft. But, on the way, so they go, and it's like, Batman tells, essentially the sidekicks to stay put. It's like, but we've been trained. It's like, he's like, why haven't we done this? Like, you guys aren't trained. Since when? Tempest's like, speak for yourselves. I just got here. It's like, okay, not including you. Since when? I mean, you're not trained to be part of this team. And then they just kind of go off. I'm like, oh, that's a dick move. So, Nightwing promptly hacks into the computer. Gets the location, goes. So they go down, they investigate this thing, and on the way there, they meet and everyone meets for the first time Superboy. Now, I don't know how you feel about this. I don't like him wearing just the red and the red symbol on the black t-shirt just yet. I still want him in that 90s thing. He's got the earring, he's got the weird-ass haircut, the leather jacket, the jumpsuit, that whole thing. Is that cool?
Oh, you know what? Maybe not the hair, but everything else I'm fine with.
Oh man, the hair completes the look, man. What's wrong with you, man?
Does it really? I don't think it does.
Okay, I'll put it this way. He's essentially a millennial teen who's trying to live the 90s today, so he has to have that haircut. That's his personality at this point, before he actually grows up and gets a normal haircut.
All right, I can live with that.
Okay. Progress, man, progress. We're starting from ground level with this guy. We're building some people up still, so, you know. So they go, they're trying to do all this stuff, and it turns out we have Starfire. A lot of people are not going to be happy with this because of the Titans TV show that was on DCEU. I don't care. This is a Titans movie. We're doing this. So, here we go again. Let me turn this page because I don't think I wrote all that much. Oh, wow, I did. The whole second page. Oh, yeah, so... So this whole thing... this little Dick Grayson calmly shows up, like, in the Teen Titans show episode Go, when they first all meet. It's, they're all freeing Starfire or whatever. And so she doesn't know the language, so as... I love this. As Nightwing is unlocking her shackles, because she's a prisoner at this point, she just escaped, and so she's in a little escape pod, and she just crash lands on Earth. We'll follow up more on that later, I guess, or not, whatever. So, what happens is, she would free herself. Of course, the whole Tamaranian lip lock translator, no knowledge, no language and such. That happens. She explains all this, Nightwing just goes, useful. You see Wally go, I know a little Spanish. She goes, shut up. You do not. It's like, oh man. Just, poor Wally. Can't get nothing. Anyway, but, they go back. It's like, you broke, da-da-da. It's like, who is this? She was the distress call. And it goes on from there. Now, on the other side of this, we'll be like, nothing can go wrong. No, not too bad. No, whatever. Little do they know, underground, there is something called the Church of Blood, being led by Brother Blood to summon the gateway for Trigon. This gateway is Raven.
Oh.
So, they summon her. She tries to get away. She tries running to the Hall of Justice to try and ask the Justice League for help. They're like, you are obviously a deranged psychopath. I would rather take you to Arkham than to help you. You know, to try and follow what you're doing. This is Batman's logic, or whatever. No, yet. Better yet. Poor Booster. This is Booster. It's like, you are crazy, lady. There's a mental institution right down the street. They'll help you fight this Trigon. No problem. She rolls her eyes and just slaps him across the face and runs. It's like, what would... You try to help some people. Then she runs into the Titans. The Titans take her, believe her, and it's like, if there's any truth to this, we need to defend this. And they put... Long story short, they get all the stuff in and they just take over. They beat Trigon. That's the whole thing. It just to sum it up in a nutshell, because I have no idea how else to connect this. And after all this, Batman's like, okay, you are a formidable team on your own. You are not ready for the Justice League. You are not ready to join the League yet. We will grant you a space. I know of a space. Grayson, Nightwing just go, got another secret hangar I don't know about? It's like, ignoring that. He just ignores that and goes, you will be under League supervision, and your, what they call, the one who will be watching over you will be Cyborg. Hence completing the Titans. Or at least getting a little bit closer. It's like, man, why do I gotta be on babysitting duty? It's like, we're the same age as you, dude. That should be fine. This should be fine. So, you know, you got Cyborg, you got Kid Flash, you got Nightwing, you got Tempest, you got Starfire, you got Raven. So...
Whoa!
What?
Whoa, you're forgetting somebody.
Am I? Arsenal!
Where's my boy
Arsenal! I forgot it, sorry. And you got Arsenal, sorry. So it's like 7 Titans.
We did a whole movie setting him up as a badass.
Here's the sad part, though. Just another peek behind the curtain. When we were talking about this movie before, I think I did the exact same thing. I kept forgetting Arsenal.
You did, and I was like, "There's no way. There's no way he's not going to do it. There's no way he's going to do it again. Come on."
And I did. But hey, forgetting things is okay. That's what would make me a great executive at Warner Brothers. I'm just saying, I would be great. I forget things all the time. Who needs continuity? Who needs build-up? We can do whatever we want. We run this thing. No. Only difference is I would build it up, not run it into the ground. Anyway, not going there. Warner Brothers, please forgive me. I don't want to. I want to be hired. I'll be a good boy. Please don't. Okay. It's like, please hire me as a screenwriter. I'll be a good boy.
Oh, I'm just hearing from their lawyers. No, you're not even allowed to watch any DC movies anymore. Oh.
Well, there goes my jack of all trivia career. Oh boy.
You're gonna go try to see Joker, and they're gonna be like, not that guy.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so this is fun. So that is essentially a Titans movie, but once they get their lives together, it's like, okay, the rest of you need either identities or to stay here. And it's the mountain base that they were at before in Young Justice. It's like, okay, but...
Happy Harbor?
Yeah, Happy Harbor, thank you. I'm about to say I own, but I've seen both seasons multiple times, the first 2 seasons multiple times, and I can't remember Happy Harbor. How sad is that? Anyway, so, moving on. It's like, you all need secret identities so you can learn how to learn about the people you are protecting. And this is more for people who like Starfire, Connor, Superboy. Because it's like, and he points out, he points to the 3. I was about to say Tempest. Arsenal, Nightwing, Kid Flash. They have identities outside of this. He goes to the other half. You need to have identities outside of this. Cyborg just standing there going, and I don't have a life? Batman shoots him a look like, we're not discussing this right now. It's like, whatever. So, that's how that would work. And, so everyone gets their own little thing. So Starfire does what Starfire does, doesn't really change her look much, she just puts on people clothes and goes out the door. Fine. Still goes by Coriander or whatever. Tempest, Tula, stays with Happy Heart, where is Aquaman? It's Lighthouse thing, I forget where.
It's near Boston, I know that.
We'll just say it's on Boston Harbor. Retcon!
Okay.
Boston Harbor. I don't know if it's a thing, but it is now. It's a movie, we can do whatever we want.
Not like Mercy Ruth, or...
Did you look it up, or did you just now remember it?
No, I always knew Mercy Reef, but I think in the other movie they had established it as he lived in, because the aquarium he goes to is in Boston.
Okay, then we'll call it Mercy Reef then. Whatever. It lives off the coast.
It's a suburb.
Whatever. Anyway, she's there. She develops her own last name. Whatever. Arthur's like, we're gonna give you the last name Curry. Why? That's a stupid name. It's my name. It's a great name. I'm happy to have it. Anyway, sorry. I thought that was a fun little joke to throw in there. And then we get to Superboy. Superboy gets introduced to Ma Kent and Lois Lane. Again, we didn't change much after Man of Steel, but one thing I forgot to ask you about was the tornado thing with Jonathan Kent. What did you think about that?
You know, it's a hot take. I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
But I understand for the purposes of this scene coming up, if he still has to be alive.
He doesn't. Because because it's right now. It's just Ma Kent at home at at the farm by herself. Whatever. She still has people coming through, working, whatever. But she hasn't had anyone to stay with her. Now she's getting got like, oh well, Clark's gone. Lois barely visits. Fairly cold reception. So when Lois walks up with someone looking like a younger version of Clark, it's like, and Lois is like, would you mind taking him in these places? She's like, yes, that's perfectly fine. It's like, but we can't say he's Clark's brother. Well, obviously. Cousin? Okay, that works. What would we... Well, he also needs a name. Okay, well, his last name's obviously Kent. What about his first name? You know, if we hadn't settled on Clark, I was going to call him Connor. I think that fits. Keeping the whole CK thing going. You know, and then that...
Perfect.
It's like, okay, well, if he's going to live here, he has to go to school. He's like, but I already know everything. It doesn't matter. You still need to go to school. Why? It's the...
rules.
No. Even better. It's the law. Oh, okay. But I'm 18. No, you're not. Fine. So he goes to high school. And meets this... No. First, I know, hard to miss. You know, you throw one down here. I was about to say, throw a stone down here, you're liable to hit a, blonde girl anyway. He meets an attractive-looking high school blonde chick. He introduces himself. He goes, hey, I'm Connor. She goes, hi, Connor. Cassie. Cassie Sandspark. Shake hands, whatever. Welcome to Smallville. And he goes... nods. He just kind of nods.
Oh, my heart.
Yep! Cassie Sandspark, right there! And that's where it would end. Right there. Right there.
Perfect. I love it. I've been using the word perfect a lot recently, but this is perfect.
Wait, hold on. Listen, shh. You hear that? You hear that just now?
Yeah.
That was a home run. I know, very poor. I don't make a very good noise. Wait, do you have baseball in Canada? I don't know.
Not the best Foley work. But... Do we have baseball here?
Yes. Okay.
Baseball here.
Well, I don't know. I'm an uncultured swine. Okay. Don't look at me like that, you hockey puck. Don't do that.
We have two major league baseball teams.
You do? I don't know this.
We got the Blue Jays and what's Montreal's team name? This is not a baseball podcast.
It's like, it doesn't matter. It's superheroes. Whatever.
The Expos. What are they now?
Welcome to the sports portion of this writer's room, where we try and figure out what the hell it's called. Okay. Anyway, don't worry about it. We got through our Titans movie. The only thing is now the post-credit scene for this. Again, after the first thing of credits, because there's always the good-looking credits, and then there's the rest. Before the rest of the credits, where the soundtrack stuff and all this other stuff is. Which, by the way, I want to get one thing off my chest, which I hope you notice this too. For movies like Batman v Superman, Justice League, and any superhero movie, like Endgame, I don't know why, it's probably done by law. But there's always the thing of, any, how's it go? Long story short, it's one of those, this movie's protected by any, what's it called? It's the, if anything like that, if any real life instant, anything pertaining to this happened in real life, it's not based on that, it's by pure coincidence. I'm like, yeah, like anyone's an alien from space that can fly, shoot heat vision, has the name Clark Kent, and goes out and goes flying. Of course, I went on Facebook that day and found a lot of people named Clark Kent. I was like, oh. I started messaging everyone. It's like, can you fly? 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 It's like, I haven't gotten any responses yet. I've been blocked. I can't talk to them. I can't see them anymore. For some reason, I can't respond to my messages from them. I don't know why.
I have no... Yeah, why would those people who you don't know and just randomly not talk to you? I don't know why.
That's strange. It's like Dan Lees. I haven't heard from him either. I don't know why. It's so weird.
Man, Dan's really gonna connect.
Dan's a jerk.
He really is.
Now watch, that same guy's like, who the f is this dude?
He's complaining about it on his podcast.
Yeah, right. Anyway. Okay, so we got that done. That's our Titans movie. Did you want to do our Batman idea first, or did you want to do our Superman idea first?
Let's do Superman, because I know you're really excited about that.
Okay, good. Okay. So I wanna give you props for this. Because if you hadn't made me change Eradicator to Brainiac, I would never have thought up this idea. Being perfectly honest.
Well, you're welcome.
And I love that, because I would have been so like, oh, we can do the Reign of Superman, we have Cyborg Superman, this thing, Steel, whatever. I'm like, what? Well, we already had a Steel movie, and that wasn't all that good. Thank you, Shaq. I saw that movie. It wasn't good. Especially the obvious, nothing against basketball, but especially the obvious basketball joke, like, I never could make the free throws. I don't care. Stop it. I'm like, oh gosh. Anyway, so what ends up happening is this. Oh, I forgot how it started. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, right. So we open, right? And something crashes, lands on Earth. Now, this is, again, several months after Titans.
Just like in Titans.
Oh, boy. But it's not that.
Things are just crashing all over the place.
But it's several months later, so it's completely different. And it's not the same thing at all. So just shush. I gotta pull up my notes on this.
Earth needs a bouncer.
Or at least a force field. Okay. Yeah. So actually, I gotta get back to my messages so I can remember how I wrote this exactly. Hang on, let's see here. I'm just rereading those last two messages I sent you before you accepted the invite. It's like, that's what I put. I think. Anyway,
Dang.
Dang it, Dan. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, do the whole welcome to the planet thing. Okay, I gotta go a bit further up. Hang on. Sorry. Okay, so yeah. This is, by the way, okay, so we're gonna go here and... Okay, so someone lands on Earth. Or something lands on Earth. It's another spaceship, surprise. And the person gets out, and they're in Kansas. Because where Starfire landed was in Nevada. Why? It's a desert. It's fine. No one's gonna care. That's actually how Area 51 got started, right there in Nevada. You know that? That's exactly where no, she lands in Roswell. That's how we now officially can say there is an Area 51 in our new 52. Oh wait, that doesn't make that makes sense. That makes sense. Sorry. Oh, conspiracy. No. So she landed in the desert somewhere. Whatever. But this ship lands in Kansas. You know, on things going forward. So this woman, lady, girl, teenager, how old did we want to make? Do we want to make this chick? Because you know who it is. I don't want to say it just yet.
I'd say, like, how old are we saying Connor approximately is?
He's about 17, but he was grown to be that age-wise, like, body-wise.
Yeah.
Technically, he's, like, a year. If you want to go by how long he's been alive, technically.
So
but body age-wise, he's...
like 20 then?
Okay. So she's like 20. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So this 20-year-old blonde woman starts walking around in this weird-looking suit thing. but has a Superman symbol on it. So everyone's like, what the heck? And most people will know, automatically think to the TV show. By the way, this is Supergirl. Duh. Big shock.
Yeah, I guess I kind of... Yeah.
Description, said what the symbol is. Who would have thought it? No. Anyway, long story short, so she's walking through the Kent farm cornfields, and she's going to go talk to Ma. So she knocks on the door. She accidentally actually punches a hole through the door because she doesn't know how her body would adapt to this planet. So she goes to knock, and she punches a hole through the door. She goes, sorry, because Kryptonian sounds a lot like English. You know, so she's knocking on the door. Whatever.
Well, of course.
So, I mean, Drill had a British accent. How could you not know that? Anyway. So, what happens is, she starts talking to Ma, and Connor Kent, or Martha. Martha! Sorry.
Why did you say that name?
Maybe, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go how it should have ended, Hero Cafe, although I would love to. We don't have time. Let's get this going. So, she's asking where Kal-El is. Everyone's looking confused, like, Kal-El. Oh, and then it dawns on Martha. It's like, oh, right. That was, yeah. She goes, follow me. And they drive out to the cemetery. It's like, I don't get where are we going here? This is where we and it's like, Connor's the first one to speak up. He looks solemn as he looks out the window, knowing exactly where he's going, because he's come out here a lot of times before just to talk to Clark, whatever else. He asks her, it's like, on Krypton, what did they do with their dead? Oh, we sent them out into the stars so they'd always forever roam with their spirits. Oh. Why, do you not do that? No. Well, what do? We do this. And he points right down to the headstone of Clark Joseph Kent. His middle name is Clark Joseph, right? CJ? Yeah, that makes sense. Whatever.
Well, him and Nick Fury, you know?
Anyway, so there it is. Right there. It's like, this is where Kal-El is. Oh. And she gets the fact that he's dead. He's gone. You know, I had a mission to get here before him so I could protect, but how? And then they go into the whole story as they're going back. So they're like, we'll explain to you back on the way to the farm.
Our way back home.
We're on our way back home. So we cut to them at the thing, and it's like, and that's how it happened. Because we saw the movie, we don't need a recap. You know? So, I mean, because I hate exposition like that. It's just like, move forward, not back. So we cut back to them leaving the truck, and it's like, that's how it happened. Oh. And yep. Do you know who nope. And he cut her off me because the question was going to be, do you know who the other half is? He goes, nope. Do you care? Not really. All I know is my DNA is Superman. That's fine. You know, so there you go. So they start going talk. They go talk. And on the other end, it's like, well, a lot of things have changed since Superman has passed on. And on the TV, Martha flips on the TV, and it's I have said it how many times now, and you've just now started this.
Well,
anyway,
you know.
Anyway, that's not gonna.
Fish Drago.
If he drowns, he drowns. That's not my favorite line we've come up with so far. Anyways,
yeah.
So they go on. They start watching the news like this, for instance. This would never have happened if he were still around. And it's Lex Luthor getting sworn in as president. We look at the TV and do like one of those, like, it's on the newscast. We look at the TV, and then it goes to the news report, and then it goes to the live event, that kind of transition. He walks around, you know, it's like, he's like, and I am publicly funding with the government. I'm going to start starting federal funding as my first act for Cadmus research. so we can start bettering ourselves and be prepared for the next if and when another invasion comes our way. Yeah, that whole thing. He's just looking for an excuse to just kind of do the whole thing. And so, that's what happens. He goes on. And then as he goes to turn to the White House, he gets an alert from Cadmus. Again, this wasn't because Cadmus wasn't being funded publicly before. It was more of a underground thing for LexCorp. But now that it's being federally funded, and it's known, and it's being sounded as a good thing. So, publicity. Public perspective and all that.
Oh, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
So so in the comics, when Luthor becomes president and stuff, do you remember who he put in charge of all of his holdings?
No, I don't.
Talia al Ghul.
Oh, Deb! That would be so good.
So since I know where some future stuff is going, I thought it might be a good idea to maybe say, and don't worry, there'll be no conflict of interest. I've left
everything to
all my
good
to Talia.
Okay. To one Miss Talia al Ghul. Or if we really wanted to, we could always try and do the whole subversion thing like they did in The Dark Knight Rises and use that exact same name, so people who saw that movie were like, oh, we know who that is. It's like, yeah, you do. I gotta figure out who that was, though.
Miranda Tate?
Yeah, I've left it all to my CEO, who is now running Luthor Corp at this point in time. One, Miranda Tate. There you go.
Perfect.
So that's all there.
Man, I gotta stop saying perfect, because everything cannot be perfect.
Well, the ideas...
Except for this pitch, of course.
I was about to say, well, ideas can be perfect until they're not. like we were talking before this, and that would have not been perfect. That would have been really bad. So, here we are. So what happens is, he gets an alert from... Because of course he's still going to have his fingers in it now that he's publicly made it, the president's business and such. And that he has said that, this alert is basically saying something is wrong with Zod's ship, and Zod's body's actually missing. But they can't find his body, but they did find a... What's it called? An android-type body. And at this point, I want to try and say what I'm thinking here. Because what I'm thinking is, do you remember the Brainiac design from Superman, the animated series?
The, 3 dots?
No. I'm talking about the overall android.
Oh, the android. Okay, yeah.
Something like that in this. But a lot...
Okay.
A little bit less blocky, like the Bruce Timm art style, but more realistic-ish body type. But the armor is basically the same. He's like, really? It's like, and it's gone now. It's like, wait, what? What's gone? The body? The ship? Both, sir. Both are gone. How? We don't know. What about our project? The Cyborg Superman? Yes. Well, funny story about that. And they show him video surveillance of what was going on at the time, along with the audio that they'd had for the upgrading process of Superman, the Cyborg Superman. This was... What's it called? This is obviously Hank Henshaw. This is the whole thing that we had before, set up in the last Superman movie where it was the last Son of Krypton. So, what happens is this. We would have... I love this. Brainiac come in, and while they're upgrading him with the state of the art, there we are, tech that we have already, or we had at that point already, he would just go, that's absolutely adorable that you think that works, but here's an upgrade. Points a finger and just uploads information into Cyborg Superman. Basically upgrading him. All nanobots and information and such goes into him. Whatever. Goes into him. So his body's already modulating and reconfiguring and everything else that's actually working. They're like, huh. well, what are you gonna do? Oh, and then he starts just slaughtering folks, just like, kind of like what he did with Imperiex, but he would, and this is a shadow, of course, he would have his arm cocked back and just shoved right through someone's skull and pull it back out, and just start, and then he'd have like these tentacle things come out of his back and just start whipping, just start going through folks' heads.
So kind of like Sam Raimi.
Yeah, pretty much.
Too.
Yeah, pretty much. Just no. But those were like dragging people and killing them off that way. This is like just straight up like one shot, goes into one, takes the information that they have, goes into another, goes into another, goes into another, and that's it. And if he finds repeating data, he just deletes all sources, and that's it. So all the doctors are dead. It's like, oh, this can be a problem. But after that, it goes to, hold on, I'm drawing a blank here. Oh yeah, so then would cut to them in Zod's ship, or now the Kryptonian ship, because it's no longer Zod's, because Zod is now Brainiac and Brainiac is Zod. Whatever. Here's how it would end up. He would go, or they would go to Coast City and make it a crater. Now, mind you, they would not be destroying this city. They would merely be making a bottle of it to hold for scientific reasons, research reasons for Brainiac.
They being Cyborg, Superman, and Brainiac.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, you just...
Did I not make that clear the first time?
It was a little unclear.
Sorry. Yeah, so Cyborg, Superman, and Brainiac, they make Coast City a bottled city. And they put it right next to a Kryptonian bottled city. Just a little sprinkling of Easter eggs in there. So, then, movie goes. Once Supergirl and Superboy start going back and forth, they finally get everything done. Like, Supergirl is training Superboy on how to use his abilities. Ma's doing her thing as being the mother for both of them now. So what?
I had no mouths to feed. Now I have two.
And they're Kryptonian, no less. Lovely. This family's getting so big. It's like, oh god. You can tell she's a lonely old woman, but good thing she has a farm. They could probably feed it, because she can probably feed them both a cow each, and it'd be fine. So, anyway, goes on. And they try to defeat Brainiac and Cyborg Superman. They get pushed back. And they're like, the only way we're getting rid of these guys is if we had Clark. It's like, but we don't, though. It's like, we need to figure out a way. And Ma's like, we need to figure out a way to get him back. I know it's not possible to bring him back. It's like, actually, it is. Like, what do you mean? It's like, on Krypton, we have this thing called a regeneration chamber. Now, I'm not sure if there's one on that ship, but I think I might have saw one. If I remember correctly, the plans that were on that ship before, the plans for that type of ship before, had one in a particular area. I just forget where it was, and then they're like, well, we gotta find this thing. We have to do this right. So we're gonna try this again, but we're not gonna go up there to fight them. We're going to have to avoid them. So they find the thing, bring up Clark's body, and just kind of put it in this chamber thing. And then she says, once this has done its course, we have to throw him into the sun to supercharge his cell so he can get back to 100 as quickly as possible. It's like, well, how do we do that? We got to put this thing into the sun. He goes, Superboy's like, well, I can't fly, so good luck with that. He just kind of speeds off. It's like, oh, jerk. It's like, she just rolls her eyes. Ugh, boys. Picks up the whole thing with one hand and just flies to the sun. And she goes, all right, Cal, let's do this. Goes into the sun, leaves him at the core. She flies out. It's like, hopefully I can see you soon. And then takes off back to Earth just in case anything has gone wrong. And then just Superman comes back because MacGuffin worked. He flies back. No need for the whole evil Superman fight. We had that already because of how he got brought back the last time. But since this is a Kryptonian thing, it brings it back with little to no side effect, except the fact of, I really don't like that. But we have to make sure that it's clearly stated that this is a one-time thing. This was only going to be used one time, because it was A, disintegrated in the sun, and B, it could never be pulled off more than once without severely damaging the I want to say patient, I don't say victim either, severely harming the person it's being used on. So there you go.
All right, I got an idea.
Okay, go ahead.
Crazy idea for this. So we got Supergirl say, like Connor or someone would be like, well, this is great. We can just do, now we don't have to worry. We can do this anytime. And she's like, no, you can only do this one time because the body can take so much. If you do it again, like if we had to do this again, they would come back with little intelligence, gray, flaky skin, no memories of who they are. And kind of a tease as like, but that's how Bizarros get made.
I would not say that, because I told you about my plan for that, which was another thing. It's like, Luthor's like,
that's fair.
As my first act, we have collected a sample of Superman's DNA, and he's on a press conference, because why not? And we will start a project for this to battle against this evil that has now threatened our planet. He goes back, and one of the scientist guys, he goes, he's a bigger scientist guy, and he's like, so what are we gonna do? Like, are we gonna take Superman's blood, throw it into the sun with like a nuclear missile, so it becomes like this nuclear man thing guy, maybe?
Man? Nuclear man?
So it's like, no, that's why I went on a bit longer. It's like, no, don't be a fool. That is not how genetics works. Where did you graduate from? MIT? With what? That's what I thought. So, besides, he looks him up and down and is like, besides, I have a question for you. If you can answer it, maybe you're somewhat competent. Okay. What's the question? What? This is a little Riddler-esque for you. What does the number 230... What relevance does the number 230 have right about now? How many brains are in this room? No. That's your weight and my IQ, Otis. Go away. Oh, fine. And that's it. No, we will start a Superman clone. It's like, didn't we already try that with Luthor Corps? It's like, this is a public try. You bring that up, I will have you assassinated. Okay. Good to know. I will have you tried for treason. That's what you should say. I will have you tried for treason. Okay. So, there you go. But it's like, so they try this, and it's like, we have Superman flying. That's in the background of the whole thing. That doesn't really come into fruition until like Superman 5. If we get to a Superman 5, which I hope we do, but I doubt it. So that's how that works at the moment. So yeah. Movie ends, Superman's back. Connor is in Smallville. He's talking to Clark, and both Kara, whatever, and Superman call him Con-El as his Kryptonian. Now he has both an Earth name and a Kryptonian name, so he feels like, I'm connected to this, and I feel so happy now. And then he's just, he's fine, and then he starts flying because he's so happy. He goes, I can almost fly. He just jump. It's like, yes, he jumps up with his one arm in the air, and then he just starts taking off. He's like, I can fly. It's like, Superman just looks over. Did he not know how to do that before? He goes, no. Huh. That's weird. I thought we usually just fly easily. Yeah, we usually do. Oh, okay. We'll talk about this later, I guess. But, that whole thing works out. And then we can always have the twist be revealed later. But that's basically how that would work. But then the only thing is, though, there would be a post-credit scene, time bubble appears, and we have Brainiac 5, Lightning Lad, and Saturn Girl looking for Superboy. and Supergirl, or Supergirl, or Supergirl, I should say. So, there you go. That's our little post-credit scene for a Legion 2 movie, which we have not planned yet at all. We just have a concept of, we have a Legion 2 movie. That's about as far as we've gotten. That was a long... Huh?
Legion 2 on a whiteboard.
Yep.
We have Legion 2 on a whiteboard.
Yes, we do. Along with GL2, that Green Lantern
Circled,
2.
underlined.
Exclamation points in a box. You know, italicized. I don't know how we got that, but we got it italicized. We got it underlined and bold, italicized, highlighted, circled, boxed, exclamation points. We must do this in big letters on the bottom. We have no more room for anything else, is what I'm saying. We need another whiteboard. So
not in the budget.
Oh no, my $0 billion has gone away. No. Anyway, but yeah. So any critiques, notes, anything like that you could have in there? Because I went on for a while.
Are they going to get the bottled city of Coast City back?
Oh no.
Or is it going to stay destroyed?
That is another thing. And the very end of I've almost forgot about this. Thank you. At the very end of this post-credits, at the very end of this movie's credits, we see a green light flying past a sign where it says Coast City 10 miles. And then it just goes away. That's our post-credit scene. I'm not going to say what that is yet, but it is probably Green Lantern 2 related, maybe, kind of, sort of, yeah, kind of, you know.
Fans will know.
Fans will know. Fans and nerds alike will know, and if they don't know, they can always go on YouTube and they'll probably get it explained. Thank you, New Rockstars, for always explaining things in the wrong manner. And Screen Rant, you're good at that too. Anyway, not throwing shade, just throwing facts. So yeah. But yeah, as far as your question goes, sorry. That is in Brainiac's trophy room. That is in Zod's, or that Kryptonian ship. So, no, they do not get it back. It is there for a while.
So are they defeating, once they bring Superman back, are they going to defeat Cyborg Superman and Brainiac kind of just fucks off?
I didn't make that clear, did I?
No.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, they basically at this point they kind of Brainiac kind of like midway through the battle leaves, like teleports away. Because basically it takes Superman at like half strength right now because he wasn't in the sun all that long and he hasn't been around. He hasn't been brought back that long either. But he's been around long enough to know, like, to use his ability, to have his abilities, just not have them be at full strength, full power. So it takes him and Supergirl to even put a dent, no pun intended, into Cyborg Superman. And Brainiac would scan Superboy and was like, "You're an anomaly." Oh, because he has access to records and stuff that we already have here on Earth, or all of our databases. I recognize the other half of your DNA, and it's intriguing to say the least. It's like, what did you say? It's like, I'll give you a choice. You can either help them defeat the cyborg, or you can fight me, and you'll just be bottled. And Superboy shows a bit of fear, and he just kind of backs off and goes. And Brainiac just takes off for the stars. That's about how that works.
All right.
So yeah. I hope that answered the question because I forgot all about that part.
You forgot about the third act.
So I guess I am a screenwriter for DC. That's great. Completely fell apart in the third act. Lovely. Oh, great. Okay.
You got a strong beginning, middle, but no climax.
Nothing after the climax, rather. Climax is when Superman comes back. There's no resolution. It's just kind of there. So.
Fair.
Yeah. But after that, yeah. Those two things happened. Yeah. I would say, like, before everything else goes to black, Supergirl kind of pulls Connor aside and goes, I heard what Brainiac said. What did he mean? I have no clue. Out and out lying to his face. To her face. You know? It's like, oh, well, hopefully nothing comes of it. I hope so, too. And they just kind of, the movie just ends or whatever. Like, after he goes back to school, it's like, oh, time to go back to my life. And done. That's the movie. That took me a while to explain.
Well, most good things should.
Okay. Well, thankfully it's not a 3-hour movie. We can kind of condense this into, like, 2. So that's good. But anyway, so that's that. Anything else you want to add to that or no?
No, not really.
Okay. So, shall we move on to the last one?
Oh, I'm excited about this one. Hit me with it.
Okay. So, this one we were talking about and kind of padding out for a little bit because I figured out our system here. And after this, I think our system needs to change. Because after this, I don't want to keep doing this so it'll get tired. You know, because we've been doing the same stuff for so long. Like I said, it has gotten tired after 4. It technically got tired after 3. That's why I made them big things. But I was like, I gotta resolve a couple of things in these last 2 because it's this quadrilogy that just seals up the story, and then we can kind of push it off from that, push it off from the old guard and push it on to the new guard. You know, and kind of go from here. You know, so this next one you're gonna like because this next one is Batman 4: A Quest for Peace. No, wait, no.
Oh,
sorry.
Nuclear Man, we're getting the nail.
Sorry, nope.
We're getting the hair.
Hey, nope, sorry. Wrong movie. Sorry. It's not what I meant. What I actually meant was Batman Red Hood.
Oh, who's Red Hood?
You didn't know? You don't know who Red
Hood?
Hood? That's a character.
I'm excited. Oh.
Now, this is very, very loosely based off of Under the Red Hood. Only difference is, Red Hood has a plan for revenge. And this is not a plan Batman is expecting. Or he will see coming.
And you'll never see coming.
I know, I wanted to avoid that as much as possible, but let's not get our wires crossed too much here, shall we? So, originally this was going to be a Batman Nightfall, and just kind of like have Red Hood in the background. No, this is a Red Hood-centric movie. Why? Because...
Oh, do you want to say what the other failed idea was?
No, but I haven't...
All right.
Oh, actually, I forgot what you were talking about, actually. I said...
the one with Dick Grayson's...
family.
Yeah.
We will never speak of Batman and Robin 2. We will never speak of that. Because that's exactly what that would have been.
Yeah.
But, I'll say it anyway. Okay, so the original idea was to have Bane break Batman's back. And this was done at the behest of the Court of the Owls. And Dick Grayson had a brother who died as old as Dick Grayson is now, and he was going to be Talon, and it was going to be the two Graysons in their prime, kind of going against each other, kind of what would have been, or what could have been, you know, if the other had survived, I guess. I don't know. But thankfully,
Dick Grayson's never before seen brother is Talon.
Well, I got the idea from Batman and Robin when he had his whole mom, dad, and brother, you know, that whole family thing. But that didn't
actually... that's a great place to get all your ideas from.
It's not all of my ideas, just that one. But I realize now the folly in my idea from Batman Forever, and that's not going to happen. Although I will say, Nightwing does have a cape in this movie. It's a very, very leather cape, and it's not good. It is not a good cape, so he decides to promptly get rid of it by tearing it off in a fight, and it looks a lot better. So that's how we start our movie. Okay, all joking aside,
But on to Red Hood.
Yeah, all bad jokes aside. Movie starts out with Bane breaking Batman's back, and this is not done at the behest of the Court of Owls. This is done at the behest of Red Hood. Why, you may be asking? It's like, well...
Oh, my boy.
Yeah. So, you may be asking yourself, why can't Red Hood take out Batman himself? Why is this, Batman movie...
Why can't...
Go ahead.
Why can't he do it himself?
But I was going to say...
Tell me, Travis, why?
I'm getting to that, but I'm asking things that the listeners might be asking themselves. It's like, why is this a Batman movie if Batman's not going to be in it? Why is he thinking of questions I might be asking myself?
Why is it a Batman movie if Batman's not going to be in it?
Right. Well, here's the thing. Batman isn't Bruce Wayne. Batman is whoever puts on the damn mask. So, while Bruce Wayne is recovering from a skiing accident, air quotes, and he suffered a broken back from skiing, figure that one out, he has, and Dick Grayson's like, you were training me to be your successor for the longest time. Gotham needs a Batman. Nightwing isn't going to cut it here. They don't fear me like they fear you. Bruce is like, I've spent years putting the fear into them. It's like, I know I was there. It's time for me to take this over now. Only until I'm better. Gotham does need a Batman. Yeah, okay. So he goes and takes off. And then Red Hood starts causing trouble. Because, well, what's Red Hood if he doesn't cause trouble? But then we also get Miranda Tate walking in to the Wayne Manor. It is Wayne Manor, right? Not Wayne Mansion?
Wayne Manor.
Okay, good. Where did I get mansion from?
Yeah. It is a mansion.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. Anyway, so he goes, hello, can I help you? Eyes are up and down. And, of course, the classic Dick Grayson quote, please tell me you're looking for me. No, I'm actually looking for Bruce. Of course you are. Who are you? I'm Miranda Tate, and I have something he needs to know about. Which would be... She pulls Damien out from behind the other door, because he only opens one door. And no, Damien opens the other door and goes, that would be me. Now, where is my father? Where is Batman? Wait, what? Bruce Wayne isn't Batman. He's upstairs resting from a skiing accident. Of course he is. He runs up, Father! It's like... That's where you just see him just run past Alfred like, out of my way, servant. You just hear Alfred go, he's a right little shit, isn't he? So, I'm sorry. I keep getting my Alfreds mixed up. Alfred would never say that unless you're watching the Young Justice Abridged, which is always a fun thing to do. Which I love. Sorry. But, anyway. Sorry, I'm getting spaced out here. So Bruce would go, so they would have a conversation about how this is Bruce's son, and everything else goes as per usual. And Batman's like, we need to have him trained. So he has been trained to not kill people. Oh, no. It's like, well, he has to stay with you for a while. Why does he have to stay with us? The League of Assassins has come under attack recently, and whatever. Just other expositional nonsense. It's not going to pertain to anything to this movie. So he's like, fine, whatever. So they start training Damien, and the first fight, Damien tries to go for every single kill spot, and Dick Grayson goes for none of them. And he brings this up. He goes, it's like 152. What? 152. That's how many lethal spots there are on a human body. You know how many you went for? All of them. You know how many I went for? None of them. Yeah, that's because you're weak. No, it's stronger not to kill somebody than to kill them. Because then they won't face justice. And murder is not justice. It makes you one of them. Oh, what do you know anyway, Grayson? You're only the first. You're not even his real son. This is like, you know what? At least I know where I stand with him. I'm not looking for approval. And he just kind of walks away. So Damien goes to throw one of those Screamer sticks at him. Without even looking, he just catches it behind his head, like, catches it, pulls it to the front of him, goes, looks at it, turns around, goes, "You really think I wasn't going to catch that? Please." Throws it down.
Or, "Thanks for returning this to me."
Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
"Thanks for returning this to me," is what you could say instead.
Oh, yeah, it's like, "Oh, yeah,
thanks." Cocky line.
No, not even thanks for returning for me.
I dropped that.
No, not even that, just, been looking for this. Puts it on his back and just keeps on walking.
So now we have Dick Grayson and Oliver Queen both catching things behind their head.
Of course. But actually, though, here's the thing.
People catch things.
Superheroes can catch things. I would not suggest you trying to catch things. That would hurt a lot. I mean, I tried nunchucks without, any training in that. I don't remember how the rest of that happened, but I've been told I hit my head really hard. So, that wasn't fun. In either event, then it goes on, and Red Hood's behind everything. He's pressuring Black Mask. Black Mask is making all these crazy things. Again, not really pertaining to this. It's just kind of taking over and controlling crime in Gotham. They finally come, and when it finally comes down to it, Red Hood, I love this, infiltrates the Batcave and starts fighting Dick Grayson in the Batman, I won't say costume, I don't want to say, in the bat suit. There we are.
Yeah.
And what happens, it's like, who even are you? It's like, I'm your replacement. He takes off the helmet, and for the first time ever, we see, who do we decide on for Jason Todd again? Or did we?
We didn't have an actor because he never took his mask off.
Right! Forgot about that. We casted Arsenal, who ironically I keep forgetting. So we casted Arsenal.
Alfie Allen shows up.
Right? It's like, am I in this movie? How'd you even get here? I'll take it that's a no. He just kind of walks off. It's like, what?
Thanks for the arm.
Yeah, right? It's like in the background, he gets a message like, "Hey, Dick, thanks for the arm. I see you're busy. I'll call back later." Click.
Not my fight.
Not my fight. Not my problem. Not my quiver, not my thing. It's a cave. Click. Anyway. Because what's Batman without a little quip? Oh, wait, no, that's Spider-Man. My bad. So anyway, getting back to it. So he takes off the mask and he goes, Nightwing just drops his guard a little bit and goes, "Who the hell are you?" I do not know who I am? He goes, "Not particularly, no." And Batman just kind of walks down, still, favoring his back. "His name is Jason Todd." "Oh, so you do remember me, old man. I see Bane did quite a number on you." And the monologues and disappears. It's like, he's like, "What the hell is that?" "Someone I thought was dead. Only one person could do it." And then they go in the whole Raj Ogul thing from the animated movie. It's like, "What did you do?" It's like, "I swapped the bodies. I put them in the Lazarus pit to try and bring balance back to your house. I didn't know he was going to burn it down. Bye." Summed up the whole conversation in one lazy ass sentence. But beyond that, yeah. Jason Todd's back. We know who he is. He stopped controlling crime in Gotham. I'm trying to make an Act 3 here that makes sense. Any ideas? Because I know I'm lost. I was gonna do the We Are Robin thing, but I got lost halfway through.
So, you said that Black Mask was causing trouble and stuff.
Yeah.
Since we already dealt with Black Mask, what if, since we introduced Bane early on, what if we bring Bane in? What if Bane is taken over Black Mask's organization and stuff? Mm-hmm. Because also you never actually, because my dumb jokes got in the way, you never went over why Red Hood wanted to break Batman.
Oh, right. Thank you. So he wanted to make Batman feel helpless, just as he felt when Joker was beating him to death with a crowbar and then blew him the hell up in a warehouse or whatever it was. No, and then blew up the warehouse he was in with him still in it. he wanted him to feel as helpless, and he wanted to have him feel the rage that he felt when he found out that Joker is still alive, and Batman didn't put him down. After everything else that he had done, he wanted, like, why didn't you avenge me? And that's when we would still have that iconic kind of, this is why I didn't do it.
Because it would be too easy.
Right. And I don't know what would take his place if I did. So, that's not happening. Because Batman's always afraid of there's something worse to replace the Joker should he die.
And also, once he starts killing, he'll never stop.
Yeah, that thing too. It's like all you have to do is justify it one time, then that one becomes two, that two becomes too many. And then, again, I just kind of shorten that down.
Yeah.
And then, that whole thing. But yeah, that's basically how that would work.
So for the third act and stuff, since we're trying to figure that out, we've established before with Nightwing and now with Jason Todd that there is a legacy of Robins in this city. So you wanted to bring in We Are Robin.
Yes.
So we could have Bane's the Black Mask Gang, which has now been taken over by Bane, and they are coming up against resistance in the form of
the Robin Gang. Yes.
The Robin Gang. And then, so we could have, like, maybe before Damian gets introduced and stuff, Nightwing has already been training them and stuff. And that's a way that Nightwing is like, I have to reach these kids. And he brings Damian to the other kids. And it's like, these guys know how to be Robin as much as I ever did. And way more than Jason ever did.
And more than you do right now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, they know more than you do. You may have the fighting skills and whatever else. They know what it actually means to be Robin. They're not just putting on the uniform to say, hey, I'm a Robin. They don't even have the uniform. They barely have the emblem. But they are more of a Robin than you are right now. Than you have been.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So then we could end the movie with a battle between Nightwing, Damian, all the Robins, which obviously would be led by Duke Thomas. We're not going to call him Signal.
Yeah,
he's just the leader of the Robin Gang.
Well, we aren't going to call him Signal yet.
Well, we can discuss whether or not Signal's a good code name.
Fair enough.
Anyway, and then going up against Bane, Red Hood, and random thugs for, like, Duke and the others to beat on. Because we need to, obviously we want to end this movie with Damian learning what it means to be a Robin. Maybe he has the chance to kill Bane, and he spares him. And he's learn from it, so that we can end the movie with Dick as Batman, Damian's as Robin. We're really happy about that. And in this, we wanted to, if you remember, because we wanted to set a little something up with Jason later.
Yeah.
Jason, with the combined strength of Dick fully formed as Batman and Damian's help just, and even though Jason Todd is one of my favorite characters, he couldn't take either one of those two in a fight. The only real advantage he has is that Jason will kill, and we're going up against Damian, who will kill.
Yeah.
So Jason's going to get just messed the F up. And pretty much, I'm not going to say left for dead because Dick would never leave him for dead, but maybe some explosion or something.
Yeah, it's like severely beaten.
Them have to leave Jason's body.
Yeah. It's like it's like they go back to, it's like the building, like whatever building they're in, it's already on fire due to chemicals or whatever. And then all you have is Robin, Damian wanting to go back and save Jason as a Robin would, but just as he's about ready to go in, the building explodes, and it's like, nothing could have survived that, not even Jason. Lo and behold, he did.
All right. So we could have, so after all that, we could have Damian trying to look through the rubble and stuff, and all he finds is the helmet.
Oh yes, I like this a lot. And I just thought of
so that would end with. Sorry, go ahead.
Actually, it would end with this. They come back, and it's like, this is all we could find of Jason. And it's like Damon's like, this is all we could find of Jason. I tried, Father. I tried looking for him. He goes. Batman just puts his hand on Damon's shoulder. Goes, I know you did. It's fine. He looks at Nightwing, or now Batman. Bruce looks at Batman. That's gonna be a thing to get used to. He looks at him and goes, you know, I started this X amount of years ago. I think it's time and I've gotten slower. And I've realized now that it needs a new Batman. I will be here in this chair, and you will be out there. Being the extension of Batman, I could not be anymore. I can't be anymore. And he passes the mantle on to Dick Grayson.
All right, this is gonna sound cheesy.
I know,
but I have an idea for something we do this.
Okay.
So we do that scene where Damian comes to Bruce and it's like, I tried, and he says the whole heartfelt thing, and Damian's like, I want to be out there. I want to save people like you. I don't want to let, because maybe we can have Jason and Damian have had some interaction in this movie where he sees a bit of himself in there, where they're both kind of the rejected sons or the lost sons and stuff. So Damian's like, I don't want what happened to Jason to happen to anyone else. I won't let it. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna say, I was gonna say save this city, but that's Arrow. I'm gonna pick up where you left off. And Bruce now he looks over to Dick in the Batman suit and is like, take care of my son, Batman. He's
yes. I hope Kevin Smith listens
I don't know
to
how
this.
you feel about that, but
I feel great about that, and I know it's a corny ass thing to say, but I hope Jason Smith. Jason Smith. Shit. I hope that Kevin Smith listens to this, because I think he would have just, nerdgasmed at that point. He's just like, oh man, yes. It's like, I will be, and I still want the whole, it's like, I will be here if you need me. And then we just see like a green like face thing. It's like, actually, that's what I'll be here for. It's like, so what will I do? Everyone just yells at him, sleep.
What old people do.
No. It's like Damian, Nightwing. I keep saying Nightwing. Damian, Dick, Oracle, and Alfred just look at him and go, sleep. Rest. Live.
Perfect.
Yeah, that would be great. Because now we can say that's Batman's earned his rest, and we won't need him until things really go to pot, which hopefully it won't, because we already had the Batman vs Superman. We're good. So all we got to do is go forward now. So there you go. And that, I think, is our Batman. That should wrap up Batman 4, shouldn't it?
Well, we had a post-credits scene with a reveal on what happened to Jason's body.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. So, all we would see, I'm just thinking about this now. All we would see is Jason Todd in this, what looks to be a white room, but it's actually, as the camera would zoom out, and he's just like, where the hell am I? It would zoom out, it's a maze. And then and then the camera would turn around, and all you see is the Court of Owls. Watch him going, we will prepare him. He is almost perfect. He will be our Talon. Done.
I love it. Love it.
You almost said perfect, didn't you?
Yeah, well.
You're like, I love it.
I really liked our Green Arrow and our Flash movie that we did. But this one might be my favorite.
Nice. Is it because your boy is the main villain in this movie?
Well, maybe, but come on.
A little.
I can be objective.
Nepotism much?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. No. But now that brings into question what happens to the Titans if Batman is in the Justice League and Nightwing is there. How would that be a Titans too?
I think maybe we have a power. Well, we can discuss that more when we get to Titans 2, but maybe there's a power struggle between Cyborg, Arsenal, and Connor.
I wouldn't say.
Tula. Why not?
You forgot one.
Who?
Wally.
I don't think Wally wants to be leader. I left him off intentionally.
Fair enough. It's like, listen, I'm barely a Flash as is. I don't need any of this mess. I'm good. But here's the thing.
People still call me Kid Flash.
And just to let you know, I'm actually 6 months older than Flash, okay? No, it's like, I'm 6 months older than the Flash, okay? Everyone just looks at him and is like, we all know who he is. You can say his name. Do you know my name? Everyone just says, yes. Oh, I guess I don't need to wear this anymore. He just takes off his mask. He goes, no, you don't. Okay. But yeah. Yeah, I gotta think about that though. Cause that's different. I didn't think about that. Oh! No, we only have Damian. We don't need Tim Drake, which sucks because he makes a good Red Robin. Yum.
Well, that
and then he could have been leading the Titans. But yeah, go ahead.
We have a lot of great ideas going forward. I think for our next writers' room episode.
Yep. And this being at almost 2 hours now, almost a quarter till. Wow. That'll be it, guys. That'll be it for us here at the Ryan Cross Project Writers Room for the DCEU. As always, I am, the host, the founder, the creator of the whole thing. I have a lot of names here. I realize that. I'm as always, I'm Travis. This has been Dave Lees. Dave, where can they find you online?
They can find me at competing on Jack of all Trivia's IG and comic book leagues, and you can also, if you don't care about Instagram, check me out on Baby James Lees on Instagram.
Oh, little baby James.
I'll tell you the story about that later.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, and as always, you can find me right here hosting this RCP, whether it's the Writers Room, whether it's the podcast. We are always here. We are always keeping it popping and locking. Just don't drop it. We'll be fine. So we will be heading out, guys. Peace.